Texas League Baseball is next. Well, welcome into the Friday night broadcast. And now here's the voice of the San Antonio Missions, Jonathan Baker. Well, I gotta say, it is nice to meet up with y'all once again as we get ready for this Friday night matinee. To lead off the weekend, we are getting something really good. 28-24 is the win and losses for San Antonio. Wichita 22-31 of the year. We got to say welcome into the show before the game. And so far, Bob, it was a pretty fantastic night last night for a Thursday night. And what do we know? Well, I got to say that the Wichita Wind Surge finally wins a game on the road here at San Antonio. And they are expected to try to get another one in as they try to get something going. Even a rally, perhaps, would be really good if they do. So, I got to say, yes, I do agree, but it is a battle between two pitchers. Two right-handers or even two left-handers should probably get a pretty good result after they're done or they're relieved out of the game. Yeah, so anyway, that is pretty good as, you know, you get some strong-armed pitchers that will come out and they got potential. They show what they're made of. They exercise, they stay fit, they do whatever they need to do before they get ready for the big day and the big game. That is true. Well, we got first pitch coming up on this beautiful Friday night, and we are ready to go as we get started. It is Game 4 of 6 between the Wichita Wind Surge and the San Antonio Missions. First pitch will be thrown right after our first ever commercial message brought to you by Henry's Puffy Tacos. Stand by. We're back in a couple of seconds. Yes, thanks, Bob. Back in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, we welcome y'all back as we are about ready to take you down to the field. And so far, we are ready for the fourth of the 6-game series. So, beautiful night on hand, and as we get set for our live broadcast here this evening, fans are still piling in and getting set for this game here tonight. And so far, a great pitching performance tonight by our two starters. Matt Waldron is taking the hill for San Antonio, as he's a strong arm that has a pretty good fastball, and 95% of his pitches are fastball strikes. What do you say about that, Bob? I gotta say, for a strong arm like Matt Waldron, he's got the strong stuff. His balls are spicy as all get out, and everybody knows that he could get in there and get things started. Deshaun Kersey Jr. will lead it off here in the top of the first inning for Wichita. And here's 3 magic words: let's play ball. And the first pitch thrown by Waldron is taken inside for a knuckleball in for code strike 1. Amarillo at Midland, Frisco at Corpus Christi, Northwest Arkansas at Springfield, Arkansas at Tulsa, and Wichita at San Antonio, as there are your ball clubs for this evening. That one taken outside. 1 ball, 1 strike to Kersey Jr. So far, Wichita in their road grays with Wichita inscribed on the chest. So far, Friday night baseball underway to a lot of people. High fly in the air, shortstop Javier will make the play just left center, and he'll catch it for the first down. Well, the time now, let's give the visiting Wichita Windsurge the starting lineup. So far, Bob, winning 4-2. That was pretty big last night for these guys on the road. Yeah, and it's another time that they might win another one here tonight. If they could get the ball in play and put this ball over the fence, then they have a good opportunity of tying up a series where they won't be 2-1. They'll be 2-2, and so on as they continue all the way till the end of this weekend. Here's Will Holland as he comes in. And that one is going to be high fly in the air, and that will go out of play and foul. Well, temperature here at game time, 94 degrees. Boy, it's a warm day today, but evidently we do have partly cloudy skies from time to time. And it will be generally sunny through the rest of the evening. Well, with Will Holland going down for out number 2, he goes down on strikes. Aaron Sabato coming in as here comes the pitch. That one is outside, 1 ball, no strikes. So with it being 94 degrees, temperatures by 9 o'clock will be 86. 10 o'clock by the time we're through this evening, we'll be down close to the lower 80s. One inside taken in by a code strike, and the count now 1-1. Well, Jeff Andrews, he's the man behind the home plate area. He's umpiring. So far, Ty Krause went to Corpus Christi on Wednesday. And so far, we do miss him very much. That one is fouled and away, and the count now 1-2. Krause will start their series up in Frisco. Even he'll be in Frisco umpiring for the Frisco Rough Riders in both ball clubs. Frisco taking on the visiting Springfield Cardinals in the 6-game series when they get back from Corpus Christi. Here's the pitch, and that one is outside, and the count now 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 delivery. The pitch. And right there, strike 3. Boy, he gets him down. Well, a relatively easy top half of the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left for Wichita. We now head for the bottom of the missions first, and no score. Derek Rodriguez coming has got a pretty good ERA of a 3.52. 7.5 innings with a 143 whip and 4 walks and strikeouts. Evenly combined, which pretty much he's got a lot to work on for Wichita up in Double-A in the Minnesota Twins organization. Here's the center fielder, Tim Lopes. As he comes in, and he drills one right to third and a ground ball, and they'll line him out at first. And that's an easy play from the third baseman. Well, Bob, we're going to go ahead and ask you this serious question. Does the Missions come back and try to put a 3-1 on this series? Well, it depends where you get the opinion of a 3-1, and so far that means a ball needs to go and play. Your baseballs need to get up there, and you need base hits, and you know you got to have runners on base to make the magic work. If you don't have base runners and you get 3 outs, then you better hope that that other team does not score. Well, right there to the shortstop, and that's going to reach Wander Javier at first, as he'll go down as a fielder's choice on a base hit. So first hit for San Antonio for the evening, and that'll bring up right fielder Joshua Mears. Mears coming in, and the pitch right there and inside, taken in for a code strike, gets 0-1. We got Saturday night baseball, 7:05. Sunday we'll wrap our series against the Wichita Wind Surge. We'll have our afternoon after church game at 1 o'clock. So yes, we want to make sure that everybody knows it is Bark in the Park. So bring your four-legged furry friend to a baseball game and treat them to something that they would love to be a part of. That's the ball. Furry friend, and also we got our show on YouTube, Love's new series, as we get ready for season 8 in 84 days from now, with all new episodes from Friday, September 1st, going to November 3rd. And that will wrap up season 8. And season 9 premiering on Friday, November 24th, going to February 9th of 2024. So far, the sequel series 2 will premiere in 2024 in the fall. And so far, it's going to go pretty good. Right there, ball 4, as that will put a runner in scoring position. Juan Fernandez coming in, as there's 2-1, one away in the bottom of the San Antonio first. Pitch here. That's going to be right there. They'll get one at second, and they'll overturn a double play. And with that, this side is retired. So, no runs on a hit, no errors, and nobody left. We head for the top of the Wichita second, and it is no score through 1. Well, we'll be back here as we have our first break of the evening, and Andrew Bechtold will start the top half of the second inning for Wichita. When we come back, here's our proud sponsor of Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper, it is a good drink. Also, proud sponsor of San Antonio Missions. Every Thursday, make sure you come to the concession stands. $2 for a Dr. Pepper. Small, medium, or large. It don't matter what you get, but you get what you pay for. So, anyway, come by your local concession stands, and you are good to go. We're going to send it back to the ballpark for the top half of the second inning. Andrew Bechtold will lead it off. Take it away, Jonathan. Well, thank you, Bob. We are about ready to go in the top half of the second for Wichita, as Bechtold, as you say, will step up to the plate, and Waldron will begin his second inning of work. The pitch here, right there, that will get fouled and away, and that will go behind the backstop. And the count now is 0-1. Gotta say, San Antonio, 2.5 games against Midland and Corpus Christi and Amarillo. Frisco, boy, 5 games trailing the Missions, as the Missions continue their first place position against the 4 ball clubs in the South. With Tulsa and Arkansas, they are tied at 35-19. Springfield down 25-28. Wichita 22-31. Northwest Arkansas, they're in a rough predicament, as it already is, being in last place in the North Division. Gotta say, that's a real toothpick in the foot. Youch! Yeah, I said that yesterday, didn't I, Bob? Yeah, you did. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. And that's going to be right there, and that's going to get down for extra bases. as that will put a runner going to third. And that's going to be a no-out triple. And that's going to bring in Anthony Prato. Prato coming in. And the pitch right there and inside, taken for the cold strike. It's 0-1. Friday night baseball underway. Don't forget, tomorrow night, 7:05. And you might want to stay after the game tomorrow night, because we got the best, and yes, I'm saying it to everybody, young and old, the best fireworks show courtesy of our great friends there at Dr. Pepper. That one is fouled and away. The count now 0-2. Well, Sunday, as the San Antonio Missions will conclude after Sunday's game, they'll take on the bus to the Panhandle of Texas to take on the Amarillo Sod Poodles in a 6-game set. San Antonio will be back home on Tuesday, June 20th. Or I think that is right. But we will look at our calendar. And the 0-2. That one's high fly in the air. Mears in pursuit. Makes the play. Tagging up from third is the runner as he scores in on the sacrifice fly. The designated hitter, Junior Severino. And that's going to bring in Junior Severino. Now, I did say I was right the first time. It will be our next homestand on June 20th. And that will be our next Taco Tuesday night. Provided by HEB and Taco Bell, as we take on the visiting Midland Rockhounds. Right there, no balls and 1 strike. The count now to Junior Severino. I gotta get my act together and quit the stutteriness. Well, you know, Jonathan, when you work hard, you know you will get through it. You got that right, Bob. I will. No balls, 2 strikes. Severino in place. And that is going to be high fly in the air. Fabian Cohen after it will not make the running grab, as that will go foul for the count now 2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and boy, he gets him chasing for out number 2. So Wichita up by 1-0 here in the top half of the second. They will get a score in the sacrifice fly. So pretty awesome for these guys from Wichita, Kansas. Right there and inside, taken in for a code strike. Gets 0-1. We got fans watching from Wichita, Oklahoma, and also Tulsa as well. Wichita just sits only 2 to 3 hours from Wichita. It is also the Twister town, which the film Twister was filmed in 1996, starring Helen Hunt and Bill Paxton. Well, that will do for this half inning. It's 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. We go bottom of 2. Wichita up in front by 1. Well, bottom half of the second inning, Lucas Dunn, the hot corner third baseman, will step up to the plate as we are about ready to go for the bottom half of 2 for San Antonio. Here's the pitch. And that's a swing and a miss on the initial offering for strike one. Derek Rodriguez, the starting pitcher for the Wind Surge, has the heel this evening, and that one's going to be high flying in the air up in left field. The left fielder will be in place to make the play, and he's got it for out number one. You know, I do have a stepbrother by the name of Derek, but his last name is Derek Voigt. Also with his brother, Cal Voigt, which is pretty good. And they both live in San Antonio, just like you and me do, Bob. Yes, that's pretty good. Also got my niece and nephew and my brother-in-law and sister as well. And boy, he caught that right behind his back. Throw to first, he's getting them down. And there is 2 up, 2 down in the bottom half of 2. Well, one more chance in this half inning. And that'll bring up the 7th batter, Jackson Merrill. Boy, that guy that is on the intercom, I thought he said something about Michael Cantu. But Cantu is in the 9th spot. So he won't come after the next batter, which he'll get the bottom half of 3. And that's going to be hit right to second. And that will throw him out to first. And that's the inning. No runs. No hits. No errors. And nobody left on base. We go to the top of the 3rd. Wichita 1. San Antonio nothing. Though we're back with more as we start the top of 3 with Alex Isola coming up and leading off Wichita right after we get back in this one. We're back at 3, 2, 1. All right, everybody, we're welcome y'all back to our Friday night live stream. 1-0 Wichita as the Wind Surge will lead the Missions by 1-0. Top of the 3rd with Alex Isola coming in and stepping up to the plate for Wichita. Here's the pitch by Waldron, and he's going to have that one right there. Line drive up to right field for Joshua Mears. And that's going to go a no-out single. Here's Alaric Solari as he comes in and a Taco Bell double play. Anytime the Missions overturn a Taco Bell double play, everybody in attendance will get a coupon courtesy of that double play and 2 free tacos courtesy of Taco Bell.
1-1.
Right there, 1 ball, 1 strike, runner at first here in the top of the Wichita 3rd inning. The pitch. And that is going to go foul just in left field. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be right there. Line drive up to left center, and that's going to get through for another base hit. 2 back-to-back singles. Still nobody out here in this top of the 3rd inning. Boy, and that's one way I keep saying it, John. Base hit after base hit. You really got to get in there. And boy howdy, they just, and it appears that we may have a injury, and boy, I gotta say, it looks like that Alex Isola may have pulled something in the old groin region. Unfortunately, he's able to walk off under his own power, which is a good sign. It's not torn. However, Isola will need to be replaced in this game. Well, pitch runner Jair Camargo will take the place of the second base area. And the pitch right there and inside, taken for a code strike. It's 0-1. Alex Isola, boy, we hope that he's all right, and I know he will pull through in this time of need. We will keep him in prayer. So right there, taken inside for a code strike. It is 0-2. Wichita looking for their 23rd of the season. Well, San Antonio up ahead. They need the 29th to continue onward. That is high fly in the air, and that will go out of play. You look at three teams in the South Division, Midland, Corpus Christi, and Amarillo. They are fighting over the second place position. And boy, I gotta say, if Midland wins tonight or Corpus Christi wins against Frisco or anybody, then the second place position is up for grabs. Yes, I gotta say, and if Amarillo beats Midland, then Amarillo will put Midland in fourth place, and that would put the Sod Poodles up to second. Corpus Christi will stay in third place. And so far, I gotta say that this is a battle to try to get the first place position away from San Antonio. Now, Bob, we don't want nobody to be jinxing that. Well, I'm just saying. I mean, if you look at it, Amarillo, if they beat Midland, they go to second place. If Midland beats Amarillo, they will stay in second place. If Corpus Christi beats Frisco, they will hold that. They may even get that chance of second place position if Midland loses to Amarillo. Here's the 0-1. And right there and inside, taken for a code strike, gets 0-2. You know, Bob, I gotta say, you do make some pretty interesting points. It is three teams in the South Division that are tied with 26 even in the wins. I mean, Midland, Corpus Christi, Amarillo tied with 26. Frisco is just 3.5 games back, trailing the three ball clubs. Yeah, and I gotta say, it is pretty rough around the edges if the Rough Riders do not win at Corpus Christi tonight. Well, Bob, you might be mistaken right there. They could pull it off at some point. Yeah, they might. High fly in the air. Mears will make the play, and he's got it. There will be no advance from second base, and that is for out number 2. Will Holland will go back to the visitor dugout as he's been retired. And that'll bring in Aaron Sabato. He struck out in the first. He's 0 for 1. It's a pretty good night here tonight, the Friday night. And gotta say, I'm glad that it's the end of a work week. Yeah, I gotta say, and it's pretty good that we just chill out, relax, have a good time, drink a iced cup coat of tea, and it's really good when you think about it. That's high fly in the air. Fabian in pursuit and in foul territory. He'll make the play to record the third and final out. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left stranded. As we head for the bottom of 3, Wichita up in front by 1. Jair Camargo will be the catcher. And so far, Alex Izola is out of this ball game on a minor injury. And so far, he was removed. And knowing he got up on his own power after the pickoff attempt, they tried at second. 1 ball, no strikes. Right there, that ball is evenly played. And they will tag him out easily, as they won't even allow him to get to the first base bag. But they will blockade the bag. That's pretty good. Here's Michael Cantu. And so far, pretty good. Right there and inside, taken in for a code strike. It's 0-1. And that one is down and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. And that one again will go out of play. The count now is 2-1. Boy, it's a beautiful night tonight, right, Bob? I gotta say, for a Friday night, it is always beautiful to come out to the ball game. And right there, 3-1. Center fielder Tim Lopes awaits on deck as San Antonio tries to get their first hit and also their go-ahead. And that's going to be line drive. And that will be caught for out number 2. Boy, big mistake right there by the 9 batter. He had a 3-1 count. He pops it up. Center fielder grabs it. And that's a blistering tough out number 2. Huh. You're not kidding there, Bob. I will say it was pretty much the thing that really puts a knot in your underwear. What? You're not aware that there's guys out there up in left center and right field that know what they're doing? Well, if you can't learn how to hit a ball, and this is just my point of view, Bob, if you can't learn how to hit a ball and you get into some major outs, or the other team tries to come in and score, then yeah, your underwear is in knots. Well, I don't know how you make sense, but that one was sure funny. What do you think Ann would think about that? Well, I think to me, she would say, that Jonathan, boy, with you working with him, Bob, I gotta say, that is really just a funny thing and a funny alternatives on how you would say that. You're not kidding right there. No runs, no hits, no errors as we end 3 here on this Friday night. And so far, the home plate umpire, Jeff Andrews, is looking at the starter for Wichita. Andrew Bechtold will lead us off the top of the 4th inning as we'll get things started with our commercial message from our friends there at Henry's Puffy Tacos. We're back at 15. Stand by. Thank you, Bob. Back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Well, we welcome you back to Texas League Baseball, Wichita at San Antonio Missions. 1-0 as Wichita continues this ball game, and Andrew Bechtold will lead us off here in the top of the 4th inning. Well, he is 1 for 1 of the evening, and Waldron will throw the first pitch in for a code strike. It is 0-1. So gotta say, pretty good time. 40 pitches for Waldron, and his 41st pitch is outside for a ball, and the count now 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike here in this one. And the pitch. And that's going to be chopped foul, and the count now 1-2. So Wichita wearing their grays, and it's road gray. Kind of like the old Corpus Christi type looking jerseys, but evidently, as of last year, Corpus Christi got rid of the road grays, but they still have them. But even though they will probably not be seen again. Yeah, it'd be pretty nice if on road to the show, I mean, San Antonio's got a lot of jerseys, but hopefully San Antonio will start seeing some upgrades on their uniforms. Well, Bob, if you think about it, I mean, the home white uniform is pretty good. I like it. You know, but they really need to start adding the Flying Chanclas uniform and also the royal blue uniform with the San Antonio logo on there. Yeah, that'd be pretty good as well. And that one is line foul, and the count now 0-2. Well, Taco Bell double play here is if Wichita grounds into a double, then that will be the 2 free coupons, or 2 free tacos courtesy of that coupon, and it'll be good till the end of July. So you got to the end, July 31st, to pretty much get your 2 free tacos courtesy of Taco Bell. Here is Yoner Severino, and boy howdy, look at him go. That's another base hit. Well, first and third now, and still just with 1 away. That'll bring up Matt Wallner. Wallner coming in, and the pitch right there, as Jeff Andrews will say he went around. The count now is 0-1. Well, he lined out in the second. He's 0 for 1. And the pitch. And that one is going to be fouled, as the first baseman, Juan Fernandez, will say, well, I thought that was going to stay fair for just a second. That one is high. Right there. And boy, look out. Don't get hit in the head by that thing. Wallner coming in. And the pitch. And that one is high and inside for strike 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Wallner, as he's got first and second, 1 away, 1-0 to Wichita. And that one's going to be hit right there. And that's going to get down and load up bases. So the first time Wichita is threatening the Missions in a big way is they are putting this ball in a way that they could get them going. So 1 ball, no strikes to Jer Camargo, as he is the catcher for the Wichita Wind Surge. Pitch. And that one's going to be high flying in the air. And Merrill will not get there. And boy howdy, that is going to score in the game's first 2 runs. The bases are still loaded. And that ought to be an error on the second baseman, Merrill. You know, I really don't think that he should be deserved an error, but letting that ball get down, he had plenty of time to get there. I just don't understand why they didn't give him enough support out there near the left center area. In now is Alaric Solari as he's the 9-hole batter. 2-0 Wichita, top of the fourth with bases loaded. And the pitch. And Jeff Andrews says he went around. Yes, he did. They appeal down by the home plate umpire. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's a 1-2. And that is going to get fouled. And the count now still remains at 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2. And he'll foul that one off. 1-2 delivery one more time. And again he fouls it off. Here's a 1-2. And he's staying alive. Boy, he's chopping them. And he won't go down without a fight. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Solari continues to battle him off. Here's a pitch. And that's going to be high in the air. Right there, center field Lopes. Makes the play. Tagging up the runner from third. And from second, the runner will go to third. Well, 3-0 Wichita, as that will put the corners to first and third. And that will be an RBI sacrifice fly. That's going to bring in Deshaun Kersey Jr. as he comes in an 0 for 2 of the evening. Taken inside for a code strike. Waldron 21 strikes, 4 balls in total. What the heck is all this going on? I guess it's the pitch by inning. Yeah, it was saying how many pitches he's thrown in this half inning, and so far the pitch to contact was 25. Oh, okay. I thought it was saying throughout the whole game and stuff. Here's the 0-2. And that's going to get down for a base hit. And Wichita will score in the third in this top half of the fourth. Boy, I bet San Antonio is getting overly confused of where they go from here. 4 runs given up by Waldron. And so far, that's just really looking bad on San Antonio if they can't get out of this half inning. Well, right there up in left field is Albert Fabian will finally get this side retired. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors, and 2 left on. We go bottom of 4. Wichita up ahead by 4-0. The shortstop is Wander Javier as we go to the bottom half of 4 for San Antonio. That one is high fly in the air, and the second baseman will get up in right field as he'll make the play to record the out. So 1 pitch, 1 high fly, that'll bring up the right fielder Joshua Mears. And gotta say, from an uncertain point of view, that this has been a really tough couple innings for San Antonio. You gotta say the first 3 are just made of zeros, John. You're not kidding. And the pitch. And that's gonna be right there. Shortstop. Zip line it to first. Easily a 2 quick outs to begin this frame. Juan Fernandez, he grounded out in the first. He's 0 for 1. Coming in as we are about ready to exit this bottom half of 4. As he takes one inside for a code strike, it is 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. And that's going to be right there. The third to first. And that will do it. No runs, no hits, no errors. And nobody left on. We head for the 5th. Wichita up by 4. And we'll be right back right after this. As Aaron Sabato will start the top of the 5th for Wichita. We're back at 3, 2, 1. Well, we welcome you back as Aaron Sabato is coming in for the top of the 5th inning for Wichita. And the pitch. That one taken well and inside for a strike, and it's 0-1. 68 pitches by Matt Waldron. And I gotta say, this one is going pretty good. And if he continues onward strong, then he may just get a few more innings before his night is done. Here's the 0-2. High in the air, Joshua Mears racing in foul territory as he'll make the grab for the out. Andrew Bechtold, he's triple single, 2 runs, 2 for 2 of the night. And a really impressive performance by this 4th batter in the Wichita line. Gotta say, a remarkable play for him tonight as he's really getting this game started for his bullpen. Here's the 0-1. And that one is out of play and foul. So foul ball right there. As now Waldron is up 72 pitches for his first 5 1/4 inning. Here's the pitch. And that one's going to be lifted high fly in the air. In left field, Albert Fabian will make the play. And he's got it for the out. Anthony Prado is a sacrifice fly and RBI's 0 for 1. Here's a pitch. And right there, taken well and inside. It's 0-1. Waldron at 75. High in the air. Lopes in pursuit. Makes the play, and that will do it. So no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. And we now head for bottom of 5. It is a 4-0 Wichita lead.
For San Antonio, the third baseman.
The third baseman and hot corner man, Lucas Dunn, coming in as we go bottom half of the 5th inning for San Antonio. And that's going to be right there. Line drive up the left center, and that's going to get through for a base hit. Second hit for San Antonio tonight. They got to put the pedal to the metal, as that will be their second for the Missions. And continuing onward as they go in. That one's taken inside. And the count now is 0-1 to the DH Grant Little. Little looking in. And the pitch. And that's going to be line drive to short. And the shortstop will have plenty of room as he'll make a easy first out. Well, Jackson Merrill, the second baseman, grounded out in the second, and he's 0 for 1 of the ninth. Looking to get his brother home. And the pitch. And that's going to be high in the air, up in right center. And Merrill, boy howdy, that was just a wasted time of getting up in there, and he flies out in right center. Albert Fabian, he grounded out in the third. He's 0 for 1 of the ninth. So far, as sun begins to go down, fans are enjoying the ball game and having a good time. Right there in left field, that will go down another hit. So need a 3-run shot that will put San Antonio just clipping the deficit by only 1. And that's all that's pretty much needed here in this one. Line drive up to second. They will throw him out at first, and that will do it. No runs on 2 hits, no errors of men left as we head for the 6th inning. It is 4-0 Wichita. Now we'll start with Yorner Severino to lead off the top of the Wichita 6 coming up when we get back from our proud sponsor of Dr. Pepper. We're back on in 5 seconds. Thank you, Bob. All right, welcome back, everybody, as we get set for the top of the 6th inning for Wichita, and stepping in is Yorner Severino as he comes in. And a pitch. And he takes that one inside in stride for a code strike. It's 0-1. Boy, I gotta say, 76 pitches for 6-1 in a whole ball game in just a 6 and a penny. Here's the 0-1. And right there, taken inside for a code strike. It's 0-2. Saturday night baseball, 7:05 tomorrow. As the game starts at 7. Gates open 6 for everybody to come in, take their seats, and we begin a evening of relaxation and a ball game and also fireworks for everybody. Everybody that comes out to the ball game tomorrow, make sure you do, because this is our fireworks show. And every Saturday home game, we have fireworks presented by our great friends there at Dr. Pepper. Matt Wallner is 1 for 2, single on the run. Now, we used to promote Anheuser-Busch, but since they gone woke, then we don't support them anymore, and we end a contract with them. Well, that's just a darn shame. Yep. Because pretty much they were allowing stupidity to get on TV. They had a look like a man-woman on a beer can which was absolutely stupid.
0-2.
I mean, you know, they talk about transgender all the time. You know, transgender men and women competing in, you know, sports. Like running track and basketball and softball and this and that. But Bob, isn't it really disgusting when you have men competing women in sports? I mean, it ought to be men in their own sports, women in their own sports. Yeah, I was going to say that that would be the absolute truth. You know, you look at it. My stepmother, she was a former teacher for Randolph High School. And, you know, she coached softball, basketball, track, and soccer. You know, she done a lot as a coach and a teacher. And she kept her students in line. If she saw her students misbehaving, you know what she would do? She would take them out on the track and make them run. That's what she would do. Jared Camargo coming in is 1 for 1. End of pitch. Right there and inside, taken in for a code strike. Gets nothing and 1. You know, and any time on the track, she either says you run or you get a F for the day. Well, that's not fair. How is it not fair, Bob? I mean, she was a teacher, very strict, you know. Either you tell the kids that I'm the boss, you know. And really, teachers are bosses these days because they have the upper hand. It's not the students only. Yeah, you got something there, John. Well, Alaric Solary is coming in 1 for 1. Runner at first after the 2-out single and continuing onward. And the count now nothing and 1. You know, I will say that my stepmother, she's been retired for thinking it was maybe 3 or 4 years, but she retired in thinking 2017 or 18. But she's been out of school, and yet she had a lot of kids that looked up to her as a role model. Well, when you do something like a career like that for 20 to 30 years, you know, it's pretty good. And right there, strike 3 by Jeff Andrews as he gets some called and ringed right there for strike 3. Well, we go bottom half of the 6th inning. Lopes, Javier, and Mears will lead it off. And that will be good.
Leading off for San Antonio.
Well, the center fielder, Tim Lopes, is 0 for 2 and 2 ground outs. I gotta say, she was a pretty good teacher. And, you know, I gotta ask you something, Bob. Was your wife ever a teacher? Well, you know, Ann, she was a teacher herself. Oh, was she? And what did she teach in her classes? Well, you know, to the little kids, they needed to learn about how adding, subtracting, compound fractions, you know, you gotta think about when you're doing math, everybody needs to know compound fractions.
Now batting.
And, yeah. You know, and I bet she was a pretty good, strict teacher. No, well, yeah, she was pretty strict, but she loved her students. Just like my stepmother did. She loved her students and the ones that respected her, but the ones that didn't respect her, she would make them run the track. Well, that's a pretty good thing that she did that, because she didn't put up with no bull crap. And like my wife, she didn't put up with bull crap either. she would tell you, if you don't like what I say, when I say, and how I do, you know, do as I say, not as I do. You know, if you don't like it, then you can march yourself to the principal's office. Boy, howdy. And your wife probably told you the same thing when you're acting up. No, my wife, she would always say, if you don't behave yourself, I'm gonna probably put your head in the toilet. Man, that is rough around the edges. Well, here's right fielder Joshua Mears as he takes one inside for a strike. It's 0-1. Well, gotta say, I was in school for at least 12 years. First grade through 12th grade. Graduated in Odessa High School, and yeah, there was some teachers that I really liked, but there's some teachers that I really didn't like. I mean, they call it the Great Divide. Wow, I didn't know about that, but now I do. Well, the first baseman, uh-oh, he's getting an error thrown on him. But he will reach first base on a fielder's choice. And Juan Fernandez, 2 ground outs, is 0 for 2. Now, wait a second. There ain't no error going to get on that first baseman? Well, what's he going to get an error for? I don't know, for being a donkey, I guess. Well, right there will be up in the right center, and that'll get down for a 2-out single. Now, I gotta say, this ball game is going pretty quick, and San Antonio needs to find a way to get on the board. They are running out of time. And that is also getting down for a base hit. Now the bases are loaded, and the tying run now coming on. And the designated hitter, Grant Little, is stepping up, and he's got a chance, a golden opportunity. And boy, that really just blows it right there. As they had bases loaded, they strand all 3 on at least 3 hits. So no errors on top of that. So we go top of the 7th, and it is a 4-0 Wichita ball game. We're back with more as we take our stretch inning break, and we'll be back right after this. We're back in 3, 2, 1. Well, we welcome you back to Missions Baseball, top half of the 7th, with Deshaun Kersey Jr. will lead it off as we get set for this one. Well, 88 pitches by Matt Waldron, and gotta say, he looked pretty strong from the start, but also he looks like he's getting tired. Pitchers and pitching staff is watching him closely, and so far they really need to keep eyes on this starter. No balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. And that's going to be right there, line drive, and that's going to get down for extra bases. If not 1, but 2. And he's going for 3. And he's going to get into third safely on a no-out triple. Boy, and that's a really hard-hit ball right there. As that will be a rough triple. Well, that will be the pitching coach coming out to talk to Matt Waldron. And so far he's saying, son, I don't know if you're going to go on or not, but these 4 runs might just be added to your loss right here. And so far they are talking with him, and well, the catcher is also getting talked to, and boy, it's something that you don't see, a meeting on the mound. But evidently the confidence level was good, but Waldron seems to be getting tired, and they will take action needed for the starter getting out of this ball game. Well, Waldron is getting relieved out of duty as here comes the manager, and he'll take the ball from the starter. Waldron gave up 4 runs in this ball game. Thought he had it in him, but apparently tonight is just not his lucky night from the start. Efrain Contreras, 5'10", 210 pounds, and age 23, will get the call for San Antonio in relief. We'll get a new arm and also a face-to-face meetup. Will Holland person off Efrain Contreras as he takes a cold strike in the count now, 0-1. Line out in the 4th, 0 for 3 to Holland for Wichita. Here's the pitch. Down and in, 1 ball, 1 strike. We're top of the 7th on this Friday night. So far, the remainder of the series continues tomorrow night at 7:05, Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock, wrapping up our 6 games against the Wichita Wind Surge. Here's a 1-2. And that's a chopper right in the catcher's glove, as that will be for out number 1.
Now batting, the first baseman.
Aaron Sabato coming in as he flied out in the 5th, 0 for 3. Pretty good right here. That is high fly in the air. Joshua Mears running after it. Makes the play, and here comes the run. And the 5th run for Wichita is in to score. So it looks like that will be enough for Wichita to win this ball game tonight. And they will tie up a series against San Antonio 2-2 if need be. So right there inside for a cold strike, it is 0-1. Contreras, he has a pretty good reservoir. So far his ERA is a 3.497 ERA. And yes, he has a pretty good whip of a 195. And I will say that it is pretty good. I mean, I will just tell Bob, hey Bob, yeah, I'm standing right here listening. You know, he's got a pretty good 195 whip, but so far as his strikeout's pretty good. It always might be. Right there, and right to Fernandez, and that will do. We go to the 7th inning stretch. It's take me out to the ball game. Wichita 5, San Antonio 0. We'll lead it off here in the bottom half of 7. Well, the nighttime is coming in, and so far the weekend is pretty good. High fly in the air. The right fielder is giving it a chase, and boy, they can't catch up to it, and that's going to get in for a no-out double. And everybody in tonight's attendance is getting a coupon courtesy of Whataburger on a double meat cheeseburger, courtesy of our friends there at Whataburger. It is also a meal, so you get your choice of a medium fry or onion ring, or even the best drink ever, Dr. Pepper. 1 ball, no strikes. Left fielder Albert Fabian. He singled in the 5th as 1 for 2. Gotta say, pretty good as the evening progresses onward. Runner at second on the double. And that's going to be line drive, and that's going to get through for a base hit. And here comes the run, and in to score on an RBI single. And new score reads Wichita 5, San Antonio 1. Michael Cantu coming in as he's got the runner at first and nobody out in the bottom of 7. And that's taken well and inside for a code strike. It's 0-1. San Antonio trying to look for their 29th of this season. And they will lead Midland and Corpus Christi and Amarillo just 2.5 games ahead of everybody. 5 against Frisco. No balls, 2 strikes to count. And the pitch. And that one's going to be high in the air. And they're giving a chase. And boy, that center fielder gets up to left center. And he'll make the running grab for out number 1. Tim Lopes pop out in the 6-0 for 3. Boy, San Antonio looking to score in more. And that's going to be right there. And that's going to be for out number 2. Boy, and we'll say, if you make just one line out and ground out or whatever, that really screws you in the end. Well, not only does it screw you, it can screw you out of winning opportunity. And so far, you really need to put your focus and your differences aside and put this ball game first before your very eyes. You're not kidding. And boy, somebody with their loud engine, boy, you can literally hear them on Highway 90. It's really loud when you have somebody that's got a high-pitched engine noise. Yeah, it really is. And that's going to be hit right there. And that will do for this half inning. So 1 run in to score on a couple of base hits. No errors and a man left. We head for the top of the 8th. It's 5-1 Wichita. As we go to the top of the 8th inning with Anthony Prado coming in to lead us off in the 8th inning. Stay tuned. More Texas League baseball coming up on this Friday night. You're listening to us on YouTube Live / 101 FM The Bull. We're live in 3, 2, 1. Well, top of the 8th inning for Wichita as Anthony Prado is coming in. And will lead off the top of the 8th, and he takes a code strike and the count now 0-1. Well, if this series tonight gets tied at 2 even, then San Antonio will have Saturday and Sunday games to make everything up. 11,242 in attendance tonight. And so far, pretty good. Right there and inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Here's a 1-2. And that one is going to be high fly in the air. And that is off the wall, as that's going to be a blistered ball. And that's going to be a leadoff triple.
Now that designated hitter.
That's going to bring in Yorner Savarino. He comes in, runner at third, and nobody out. And Jeff Andrews says, take that one in for strike one. 1 for 3, single and a run by Savarino. And the pitch. That one high and flying, and it will go out of play and foul. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Swing and a miss. And he goes down. Goes down swinging here in the top of the 8th to record for the first down. Matt Wallner, 1 for 3, single and a run. Runner still remains at third. And that one's taken well and inside for a code strike. It is 0-1. We got 2 more breaks left. We got the whole 8th inning. And also the whole 9th. And that's another strikeout, back to back. And Contreras really putting it on them. Jared Camargo is 2 for 2 of the night. And that one's taken well and inside for a code strike. It's 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike to pitch. And that one down and in, 1-1. 1-1. And inside for strike 2. Well, nighttime coming on us as we about ready to wrap up tonight on a Friday night. And that is strike 3 in an immaculate inning as he comes and a 1-2-3 strikeouts. Bottom half of the 8th inning coming up, 5-1 Wichita as it is bottom of 8 coming up. The right fielder Joshua Mears coming. And San Antonio trails the game of 4. 4 runs as Wichita up ahead. And so far, everything could go in their favor if they just overturn this game. We've got some action in the bullpen as we have 2 righties warming up. And that's going to be right there. Gloved by the third baseman. He'll high throw it to first. And he'll get them easily for out number 1. Gotta say, that was a running stop as that could have been a base hit. And pretty good right there indeed. Juan Fernandez coming in and ready to go. That one's taken well and inside for a code strike. It's 0-1. 1 away, bottom half of 8, 5-1 Wichita. Boy, beautiful, like red, light blue, yellow, and even dark blue for the scoreboard. Even lighter ones as well. And that's going to be line drive to right center. And that gets through for the 1-out single. Boy, San Antonio needs to come back up here tonight and capitalize on everything. Now, Lucas Dunn coming in. And San Antonio needs at least 5 to get a rally going. And that's going to be line drive, and that's going to get through for a base hit. And that will be second and third. My goodness. He was getting overzealous right there. So Grant Little coming in. But that will be the signal from the Wichita manager. And that's going to do for the starter. So the lead is his as he's got 4-1. A 3 runs in his name, and he's responsible for 2.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for Wichita, number 41.
So Jordan Brink will come in, relief for Wichita. And so far he's called in relief to get things under control. That one high and outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Designated hitter Grant Little coming in as he grounded out in the 6th, 0 for 3. So yes, I will say we will be saying goodbye to Anheuser-Busch. And also we will no longer represent the corrupt beer that is Bud Light. And we're not being political or anything. We just think that we have a opportunity to say what we believe. Well, with the run in to score, San Antonio now chips the deficit. It is 5-2 against Wichita. But Wichita still holds the lead by 3 runs. Jackson Merrill coming in could reduce the deficit to 1. That one chopped foul, and the count now is 0-1. Boy, nighttime here at the ball game, and so far it is pretty good. Line drive, and that's going to get through for a base hit and make that another run in to score, as it is now 5-3. That one's high in the air, and that will do for 8 complete. Well, gotta say, 2 runs come in across the score on 4 base hits, no errors. And we now head for the top of the last inning, which is the 9th. And Alaric Solari will lead us off. And we'll have our last break in this one. It is 5-3 Wichita. We're back in 3 seconds. 2, 1. Well, thank you, Bob. Welcome in as San Antonio getting ready for their last inning here tonight. Alaric Solari coming in. He takes a coach strike and the count now 0-1. Both sides, 3 outs apiece left of this Friday night. Here's the pitch. That one outside, and the count now 1-1. Contreras, he is throwing as a right-hander. And pretty good, as he was the 5th draft pick in 2019. Here's a 2-1. And that is going to be fouled and away. The count now 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that one high fly in the air. Mears looks at it, and he will not make the play. And that will still continue a 2-2 count. Here's a 2-2. Swing and a miss. And he goes down on strikes. So I apologize for calling out Bud Light and Anheuser-Busch for their nastiness that they put on their commercials. But literally, they need to apologize to a lot of people that buy their products and quit putting things out there that do not make any sense whatsoever. Here is Dashawn Kersey Jr. And look out, boy, that one really almost got away from him, but it did. So taken inside for a count now, 1-1. 1-1. And that one's high flying in the air. Fabian makes the play. And there is 2 up, 2 down in the top half of the 9th inning. That's going to bring in Will Holland. He's 0 for 4, a strikeout in the 7th inning. The pitch. That one down and inside. 1 ball, no strikes. One ball, no strikes to Will Holland. And that one is inside for a strike. And the count now is 1-1. Ooh, do apologize. Got the sniffles. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's a 2-1. And inside for a code strike, it is 2-2. The pitch. And that's going to get through for extra bases. Going to first, going to second. And he's going to have a stand-up triple, it looks like. And that's going to be right there, a 2-out triple. Continues onward. And now Aaron Sabato coming. And the pitch right there and inside. Jeff Andrews will say it went for strike 1. The pitch. And there's going to be a line drive up to right field, and that'll get in for another base hit. And make that 6-3 in this half inning on an RBI double. That'll bring in Andrew Bechtode. And the pitch. High fly. In the air, Alec Fabian camps under. And he makes the play. And that ends this half inning. Aaron Sabato gets a run. And it is 6-3. Wichita in front of this lead by 3.
Your attention, please.
Well, Seth Nordland will get the call to shut the door in this Friday night's contest. Now, I do apologize to the people of YouTube and so far everybody else about the rights of, well, the rights of exercising what I believe is Bud Light going down in flames, and so far we will no longer support them here on MLB The Show 23 because of whatever they're doing. And that's going to be line drive up to left field, and that'll get through for a base hit. Replacing Bud Light will always be the drink of Thursday nights and that is Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper will also be our proud sponsor of our Saturday fireworks shows as well. So, gotta say, that is pretty good. Tim Lopes coming in as that's going to also be another line drive base hit up in the right field. And now the tying run is coming up, and San Antonio only needs 4 to win it here. And they are making some pretty good pushes here tonight. Wander Javier's coming in. And the pitch. And that is also going to be another line drive up to left field. And boy, walking it off here tonight will make San Antonio immortal to 29 wins of this year. That'll bring in Joshua Mears, boy, 3 back-to-back singles. And the pitch. And here comes the runner. And in to score from third. It is now a 6-4 contest. And San Antonio trying to chip the deficit. They need 3 to win it, right, Bob?
Yeah, they need really to stay focused. A 3-run homer is what these boys need.
Juan Fernandez could be the winner of that one. Uh-oh, and that is a big miscue right there. San Antonio gets picked off in a double play, and Wichita will get their 23rd. Boy, and the boys for San Antonio and the bullpen are not happy about that. Well, this series is tied with 2-2 as the Missions and Wind Surge on a Friday night is tied. And so far it is pretty good. Well, for all of us here, we hope y'all enjoyed tonight's festivities. And so far, join us for Saturday Night Baseball coming live. And so far, hope everybody has a good night. And we'll see y'all again real soon. For all of us, have a great night. And we'll see you tomorrow evening. Final score, Wichita 6, San Antonio 4.
Our final line score. First, for the victorious Wind Surge, 6 runs on 13 hits. No errors. They left 7 men on base. For the Missions, 4 runs on 14 hits. No errors. They left 11 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 18 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this evening. We remind you to please drive home safely.